Gary Oldman. Hello, welcome to Chicago.
Thank you. Good to
Can
be
I
back.
say, welcome back.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, I want to say it was a really hot day on a red carpet, and I was interviewing you about The Dark Knight. Do you
You
remember
were
this?
indeed.
Yes.
And it was very hot. We were all in our suits and shirts and ties.
Yes. I remember I asked Michael Caine if he was wearing deodorant, because it was a hot day.
And what did he say? Did he say
He said
yes?
he was.
Yes.
Yes, he was. So, you remember Chicago fondly?
I remember it very well. Particularly a summer evening here where a bunch of us got together to go and see the screens out in the park. You know, they do the sort of, it's not a drive-in, I guess you'd call it a sit-in.
Sure, they call it movies in the park.
Movies in the park,
Yeah.
and we saw The Sound of Music. I remember it, and we got a picnic, and I remember it very fondly. And everywhere I go here is a location because even the building across the street from my hotel room, I recognise the rooftop.
Uh-huh.
I think we shot there because Batman, as you know, loves a rooftop.
Of course, absolutely. I'm trying to think across from here. Gosh, it could be a number. It isn't like the Hancock building, is it?
Some building, but it looks really familiar. Yeah. So, just the streets and the the subway or the train, the whole thing. Yeah, it reminds me. That's called, if that's what it's called. It's called the L. Brings back memories.
When I sat down, you said back to Gotham, right?
It's home and Gotham.
Gotham. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about your new one, The Darkest Hour,
Mm-hmm.
or Darkest Hour, I should say, about Winston Churchill. You play the British Prime Minister himself.
Yeah,
What an amazing job you did.
thank you.
Fantastic. So you get handed or told about this role, you get the script. What are your initial thoughts going into it?
Well, I heard about it before I saw a script. I think my initial reaction to it was I laughed
Why'd you laugh?
because the physicality, for one thing. You're playing a character who was very conscious of marketing and branding. He used it to the full extent. The famous voice, the Homburg hat, the cigar, the silhouette of him is very iconic. I guess, I could play Stan Laurel. So the physicality of it was the roadblock that I thought, how could it work without me at nearly 60 putting on 50 pounds, and messing with my health. So the role intrigued me. The script particularly intrigued me because of the time period. It wasn't being asked to play a life. It was only being asked to play these 5 weeks in this man's life. And I had this idea that there was one man who could do it, a Japanese makeup artist he's in fact retired. He's not in the movie business anymore, but he's Kazuhiro Tsuji. And I thought, if anyone can pull this off and make it work, it's him. And I seduced him out of retirement and dragged him back into the movie business, and he lived up to, he lived up to the challenge.
So there's a fat suit involved, is that right? Lots of makeup, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's 3.5 hours of makeup.
Oh, wow.
And a suit, and it was a process to go to do it. It was I had a year really to prepare it. So it was surrendering up to Sir Winston, giving my life over for a year to him. And here I am now
And
talking about him.
yeah, and everyone is saying Oscar on the way for you.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Well, it's certainly, it's nice to be liked, isn't it?
It sure is,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, I've had an interesting